What is happening, Magnus? So, it's my understanding that the Odyssey fans are pissed off. Christopher Nolan fans are pissed off. They're saying, So, man. This is one of the reasons why I find it funny that whenever I talk about certain things, certain movies, they're up and coming movies that haven't been released over the years. There's always, I would say, at least one person in the comments that says something like, "Oh, I trust Christopher Nolan. He won't F it up. Oh, I trust this director. He won't F it up. Oh, I trust this actor. They would never do a bad movie like that." Let me tell you something. In the past, I don't know, 10, 15 years, however it's long since they've been woken things up, because they started creeping it in with certain movies. It appears to me there are a very, very, very few that haven't done something woked up, that haven't done something that's modern audience stuff. One of them maybe, I'm trying to think, out of all people I'm thinking of as far as actors and directors go, I'm thinking Sylvester Stallone may not have done something woked up in the past, since the modern audience garbage started. I don't think he has. He may have, but I'm just trying to think. So, apparently, Helen of Troy is not Helen of Troy. We have someone who is not Greek being cast. And the other day I heard about, and I don't know what part he's playing, but what's his name? The rapper that came out during WrestleMania, Travis Scott. People are like, what the hell's going on with this? I've also heard of another casting, and I was like, are you serious? Now, what I'm thinking is, it's one of two things. Either they're all on board with the woke, Nolan and all the rest, whoever are doing these movies, either they're all on board for it, or they're being forced. It's like, look, you want to keep making these millions, you're going to do the movies the way we tell you to make them. We know people, we know you're going to get backlash. It is what it is. We're going to pay you enough to soften the backlash, okay? All right, so you directing this movie or not? Like, that's how I feel like it's going. I think it's one of the, they're either all on board or they're not, but they got to keep working. I think it's the same way with the actors. I think there's some that have FU money and it don't matter, and there's so much of an icon, it just don't matter, But a lot of these actors, they're the they're the mouthpiece for certain things politically. So they continue to say whatever they tell them to say. Someone like, which is kind of funny, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who pissed people off a few years ago, it was like, screw your freedom. He was like, no, do it the right way. You have to come over here. Okay, you have to do it the right way. A bunch of immigrants, do it the right way like I did. Get down. So it's like, he was on The View. They all touching his hand, trying to keep him from saying things that they didn't want him to say. But he's got FU money. He's an icon. He's cemented in pop culture forever. Certain people aren't. And certain people have made investments or lack of investments and have to keep working. So they have to keep doing what the machine tells them to do. It is what it is. That's one of the good things about being a YouTuber. Is like, I get to be honest. I just get to tell you how I feel about something. You know, I ain't no multimillionaire or billionaire. You know what I mean? Some of these people are getting paid off to say some of this stuff and do some of this stuff and do these stupid castings and all this other stuff that they're doing. You know what I mean? So they're stuck. They have what you call golden handcuffs. You know, they have to keep doing it because it's most money they've ever made in their lives. They're famous. They're popular. The machine wants them to. They got upper people above them that are telling them what to do. It is what it is. And like I said, even my favorite actors and directors, I think that almost every single one of them can get got as far as you're going to see them do some modern art and shit. So this doesn't surprise me. It is what it is. I guess I'll wait for the drinkers review of this because just more and more stuff is coming out about this movie. And I'm just like, it's going to be full modern audience movie. And I'm not interested in that. I was partially interested when I saw the trailer. I was like, oh, this looks interesting. But the more and more that's coming out about this and different castings and the fact that they're pissing fans off again. I'm not even a fan of the Odyssey. I've never seen it. But I'm reading and watching different videos of what big fans are talking about. And these details are the same type of details you see with Marvel, with DC, and other things where it's like the fans are like, no, why do you continue to do this? They're continuing to be inauthentic. They're not genuine with what they're doing. They're not sticking to the fundamentals of who these characters are. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So I'm just letting you guys know that the Odyssey fans and Nolan fans are pissed off. They're mad at Hollywood and they are mad at Nolan. It is what it is. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you think, mate. 10 million subscribers.